Hey guys, it's Eve from Build a Business You Love. And thank you so much, guys, for watching my videos. I really do appreciate it. Watching my small business videos as well as my event space videos. I really do appreciate it. So thank you so much for doing that. This particular video is a video that I see a lot of people doing these days that's opening up their event space. And a lot of times they are actually taking money before they've even been inspected or completed their process, and they've taken money for bookings. They've taken pre-booking money. And this particular topic is one that I've one of my now mentees is facing because her previous person that she had mentoring her told her to go ahead and do it. And now she's kind of stuck. And we're trying to figure the whole thing out. But this is a topic that if someone else is one if one person has done it, then someone else is likely to do it or have done it. And if you've done this in the past and it's worked out, great. This is not for you. This video isn't for you. If you know someone at the county or at the city and you know specifically the time that you're going to get approved, this video is not for you. This is really for the people, the newbies, who are looking to start an event space and really don't know, the ins and outs. And this is something that they can face. Okay. So before I get started, I wanted to let you guys know that this is for informational purposes only. This is not to be substituted for any type of professional advice. Okay. And so when we talk about taking pre-orders, before it's inspected, before it's approved by the county, we want to discuss the risk that it can pose, right? And the challenges that an aspiring event space owner can face. So really it's advisable that you just wait. I understand that, waiting can be time consuming, right? Because we don't know. Waiting can cause you to go beyond your free period, your concession period that you may have negotiated with your commercial landlord. The waiting period may have you pay for additional months that you may have thought that you'll be taking money for and waiting for your inspections or your county or your event space to be approved. And I get all of those things, but honestly, this is why it's really important to be able to prepare for these situations, right? We know that a lot of times it it can take time, especially, if you're in a county where there's a lot of building going on and you have to get approved by the county, then it's not just your commercial space that needs to get approved. It's other projects that they probably have on their hands as well, right? So let's get into the reasons. So, for one thing, inspections and approvals can take time. And these things are really unpredictable. You may not know. They might not even give you an inspector right away. If you're lucky enough, they may say, okay, you're assigned to this particular inspector, and our waiting list looks like this, right? If you're lucky, if that county is well put together and that's what they do. But a lot of counties or cities, they don't really have a time frame for you. They can't give you an idea of when they'll be able to come out and inspect your event space. And accepting pre-orders without a clear understanding of when the venue will be approved can lead to a lot of disappointment and frustration with not only you but also with your customers, right? You may have taken a booking for someone who is has a wedding or has an important event, and it can cause a lot of frustrations and a lot of negative and a negative impact on your business, right? Now, if you have taken money in advance for an event space that hasn't been approved and you can't have people in there yet, then, there's a high risk of you having to give back that money. There's a high risk of people saying, you know what, um, I'm gonna go with a space that's already, set up, that already has their stuff together, and you're gonna have to get as it gets closer to the date, they're gonna be wondering like what's going on, if they even know, if you've, informed your customers about this waiting period. If not, it may be on you as the business owner to say, you know what, we're getting close to this day. I know I took your money for the booking, but it may be possible that you're going to have to find another space. And this is where the problems come in. Okay, because you have to give back money that you may have already spent on the rent or insurance or whatever it is that you have going on, fixing up the place, right? And you don't really know, right? You don't know when these people are going to come out and say, yeah, you're approved. Yeah, okay, great. You can come in and start business and start doing business on X, Y, and Z date. So you may have to give back money. And if you have to cancel pre booked events, it can lead to a lot of customer dissatisfaction and, requiring not only for their refund, but they may ask you for, additional monies, right? Because now they have to redo what invitations or whatever it is that they may have printed out. And if you I have a course, if you have my course, then I actually have something in the contract that goes against that. But yeah, you may have to deal with all of these situations and refunding back their money, and then they have to go to someone else, to Joe Blow up the street, and book their event. And it's going to be a lot of negative talk about you when your new space is coming on, because you're now their potential competition, and you've done wrong by your customer, right? So you're going to have to manage your cancellations well, and make sure that you communicate with your customer if this is something that you decide to do, or have done. Make sure you communicate with them what's going on. So this leads to a lot of reputation damage, right? Before you even start, you may be facing some damages to your business's reputation because of this, because you're taking pre-bookings or pre-orders, whatever you want to call it pre-bookings, and your venue is still unapproved. It can damage the reputation of your business. They can start writing Yelp reviews or Google reviews, that I can hear them now, like, oh, she isn't even open, and they took my money, now I have to reschedule. um you know they may this may fall in the lines of you being called like a scammer or being on that level, and you don't want that for your business. You don't want that type of negative energy for your business, okay? Because once they discover that you're not in compliance with the regulations and you don't have the necessary approvals, it's going to lead to a lack of trust for your business, and it can really damage your reputation and cause long-term consequences for the success of your business. You want your business to be successful from the gate. Like, you want people talking good things about your business. You don't want people saying that you did X, Y, and Z because you were unprepared and you didn't plan properly. Now, ideally, like I mentioned, if it's a business where, it's up to you, where you can, if you're taking pre-bookings, you're taking pre-orders, whatever the situation is, and whatever it is that you are selling, it's up to you to get it done. So those examples are like, for say, for a t-shirt business, right? Or even for a hair salon, right? Maybe you can get someone else to come in and help you. Or the t-shirt business, you can always, have an assistant come and press out more tees or whatever the case is. But with this, you're waiting on someone else. You're waiting on a government entity. You're waiting for them to take their time. Okay, we know they're slow. They're slow. And it is what it is. It's just part of the process. So it's really important for you to plan this part out properly. Ask as many questions as possible. How long, what's the current wait time? See if you can speak to an inspector, all those things, and see what you may need. Because a lot of times, they'll tell you one thing, and then it'll be a whole nother story when you get before your inspector. They may say, oh, well, nope, we need new plans from an architect. And that's something that you should have done. So make sure you do your due diligence as well. And you're not going back, okay, and having to do things that maybe were necessary before, but you didn't know. Um, Always exercise caution and prioritize obtaining official approval before accepting your pre bookings. This approach will really help you to manage your expectations and mitigate any legal, financial risk and protect your business's reputation. Okay. Because this can also affect you financially and legally as well. Okay. So you don't want those issues. So for the people who are telling other people to, or the people who are actually taking bookings and it worked out, great. I'm so glad that it worked out for you. But for those of you who are planning on starting, you have everything together and you're just waiting on that inspection and you've taken that pre-booking or those pre-bookings and you're still waiting on that inspection, now you're nervous. You don't know what's going to happen, right? And you probably already given that money to your landlord. So, guys, it can get really, really sticky when it comes to taking money for pre-bookings. Like I said before, if you're one of those, you have 8 event spaces, you know what you're doing, you time them properly, understand how your county works, or you know someone down at the county, or you whatever the case is, you just know what's gonna work. Listen, that's your prerogative, right? But for the newbies who are just getting started and looking to get their event space getting on the go, don't try not to do that, guys, because it can make for a very sticky situation. Anyway, go to my website, buildabusinessyouLove.com, build a business, the letter U, love.com, and go to my free guides and downloads. When you do that, I actually have a pre-recorded webinar called What Goes into Starting an Event Space Business. And it just goes over the basics. It kind of scratches the surface, just to let you know what you will need as far as, the basics of getting started, things that you shouldn't really have to pay for. Check out that. And also, I wanted to let you guys know that I do have a course if you're interested. It's very affordable. It talks about how you get started, how to properly position your business for funding. It talks about the differences in business credit, and it talks about visibility and marketing strategies, demystifying all the zoning and CFO issues, automations, contracts, management, operations, and more. I mean, I will go into like the day to day on what to expect when owning this business. And like I said, it's affordable. So if you decide, hey, you know what, maybe this business isn't for me, you didn't, pay an arm and a leg for the course. So anyway, check those out at my website, buildabusinessyouLove.com, and the link will be below. I hope this helps someone. Don't forget to like and subscribe, guys. And if you've done that, if you've taken any pre-bookings before and it worked out, let me know your experience. If it didn't work out, let me know your experience. I'm excited to hear your stories. Talk to you guys later.